Hey folks, thanks for joining us once again. As you can see, I'm joined by my good friend Mr. Benelzebub, who has emerged yet again from the Netherworld to review a beer with me. Today we'll be looking at a brew from our favourite, well, one of our favourite breweries, the Wychwood Brewery of Witney, Oxfordshire in the United Kingdom, and the beer is Dr. Thirsty's No. 4 Blonde, which comes in at 4.1% ABV. So yeah, being a blonde ale and being at that ABV, I would imagine that it's going to be quite refreshing on this summer's day, where the humidity has been quite brutal, and we've been doing battle with the rain. So hopefully that doesn't spoil this review, or we'll be reshooting it again. Anyway, Mr. Benelzebub, as always, I believe you have some surprises in store for us.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a beer review with Benelzebub without at least one surprise, like him not being able to talk because he choked on his own spit. But, you know, I think that this is such an interesting kind of beer that we've got here, that we've never seen something like this come out of Wychwood before. Yeah. So we actually got Dr. Thirsty to come along. Now, it's a bit of a hard summons, this one, because he's all the way over in Charles Dickens land.
Charles Dickens land?
Yeah, a couple of hundred years ago. So bear with me, folks. I think I'm on the wrong side of the world.
Yes.
Ah, that's better. Get it over there, over there, over there. Dr. Thirsty.
Thanks for joining us, Dr. Thirsty.
Very nice to be here.
Very nice to have you here. Can we get this good fellow a beer?
I think we could. I believe we have Jeeves. Let's summon Jeeves. Jeeves, a beer, please, for Dr. Thirsty.
Oh, and we do need some pint glasses as well, being that this comes in a lovely 500ml brown bottle.
Thank you, Jeeves. Point indeed. Lovely brown bottle.
Yes. A lovely brown bottle.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Look, Jeeves has even pre-chilled them. Isn't that wonderful?
Thank you, Jeeves.
Yes.
Now, I believe Dr. Thirsty is going to tell us a bit about this. What do you know about this blonde at No. 4? Why is it No. 4? And why is it blonde?
And why is it unpasteurised?
Well, there's certain theories behind the certification of this ale as an unpasteurised ale. It's very interesting in this regard. It is blonde for the reason that Dr. Thirsty, after he'd been Jack the Ripper for several years, did prefer blondes. But nonetheless...
what about pink?
Well, shall we say the strawberry blondes were very... What's that word? Very amicable as well. But the blondes were slightly harder to pursue. So,
I see.
Hence, the blonde was applied to the bottle on the label.
Why is it No. 4? Why wouldn't it be No. 1 or 2?
Were the first 3 attempts at making this brew failures?
Yes, several. At one point they were going to call it No. 2 because it really wasn't going according to plan. But No. 4 does mix in with the alcohol content of the.
Look, I believe
it does.
I believe that you actually had some supernatural aid for No. 4, and that there was someone that you'd actually like to bring along to help with showing you why No. 4 was so successful.
Well, you've caught me there. Yes, I must respond. Yes, it's very true. I was assisted in the assembly of this ale, and I think she's nearby at this point in time.
Okay, so we're led to believe it's a certain water sprite that helped you, because it was so thirsty it needed a lot of water, and water was very important to this.
Well, it's one of the key ingredients in any beer, isn't it? Water.
Absolutely, and of such purity of substance. And now I believe that it may be a one rainbow mushroom Tinkerbell.
She does go by various aliases. Yes.
Okay, so
she was once known as Moonbeam Sunflower Divinity Sprite.
Yes, I think I've seen that act. Anyway,
but she was arrested for this one, so she's had to change her name just back to Divinity Sprite.
Okay, well, would you like me to summon her from the world of sprites and such water fairies?
I would certainly appreciate this if you could assist.
Okay, this is going to be another hard one, because not only is it hundreds of years ago, it's in a different realm. It's one of the many planes of realms, and those are fairies and water sprites.
Yes, well, I understand.
Let me concentrate for a moment.
Whoa. Oh, there's a certain stream coming through the sun at the moment, yes. One's a bit saturated after this exercise. Divinity Sprite.
Hi, you, Dr. Thirsty.
Oh, careful, I've got your wings there.
Yes, I need those later.
Yes, one must fly.
Hello, Divinity. Lovely to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I'll stop right there. Jeeves, a pint and a beer for the Lady Divinity, the water fairy from afar.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeeves.
Thank you, Jeeves.
All right, so I'm thinking that we should get stuck into reviewing this after all those grand entrances.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I believe we should.
All right.
Let us take your stuff.
I'll take the lead.
Your lead.
There you go, Dr. Thirsty.
Oh, thank you, kind sir.
Dr. Thirsty, do you mind opening mine for me, please?
It would be a pleasure, my dear, but look,
Oh, it's already open.
the lid's flown away. It's by your wings, I suspect.
It was. Sometimes I just summon a little bit too hard.
Exactly, has sent that bottle top back to another realm. Could be hard to recover now. Would you
just-
like the
Why? Thank you.
opening apparatus,
Indeed.
Mr. Benelzebub?
Benelzebub.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to give it a bit of an aggressive pour as we go through this.
I suggest you should. I didn't get much head when I poured mine. I was a bit too gentle.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think an aggressive pour may be in order.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
You
yes,
really
there
like
is.
a lot of head?
And folks, there is no correct way of pouring, despite what you may have been told.
One of my favourites. That was very aggressive. A lot of head indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
That's got an Amsterdam head on it, that one.
I like to please.
All right. Well, sadly,
aim to
my head is
please.
dissipated. I'm just got a fine ring of
Have you,
what
dear?
was yes, a fine ring of frothy white head there. Now, as far as the appearance goes, it's quite effervescent, and
I got one.
I would describe it as a clear golden colour. What would your assessment be, Dr.
Well,
Thirsty?
yes, my crude assessment, really, because it is the first time, curiously enough, that I have attempted this ale. So, well, as opposed to your, shall we say, substandard pour, I've managed to make a slight piece of head on this glass.
I think you've got 2 or 3 fingers there. That might be a...
Well, I have 2 fingers and a thumb if required.
There's a word for that in motocross world. I had 1 finger.
Now you've got a fine ring.
Now I've got a fine ring as well.
I've jumped the jackknife once again. Sorry
You
about
did.
that.
You
Yes.
did jump the jackknife there.
The Lady Divinity has
Yes.
what looks like a good finger or 2.
I was quite impressed, actually, the way
The head
it
retention
poured.
on that
Yeah,
pour is quite good.
It was.
And I do think it is a very nice golden, almost a caramel gold. Yes.
It's very clear, the clarity of it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
And it has just that ever so slight haziness, which is probably more
It's a
created
very-
by the coldness of the glasses.
Yeah, it's a bit of a chill haze, perhaps.
A chill
Yes.
haze?
Anyway,
Oh,
shall
sorry.
we move on to the aroma, sir?
Why not?
Let's.
Well, what I'm picking up, I would describe as quite fruity, quite citrusy.
Yes, indeed. There's a caramel sort of undertone to it.
Yeah, it's a little biscuity, but the predominant aroma is definitely citrus, perhaps lemon zest.
I can't smell any blondes.
That's because you have one. Wait, say that.
What do you think, Dr. Thirsty?
Well, it's interesting you ask. It smells a bit like the person I pickpocketed this morning on the way over here. I can't say.
I was going to say it's because he had brewed it last night.
Yeah.
I can't say which part of the anatomy it smells like, but it's a positive note. Put it that way.
Yeah, well,
Oh, that's just
it's from the
splendid.
citrusy, grassy end. Maybe where the biscuits go.
Yes, well, it does. Yes, it smells very much of credit card, shall we say?
And what do you think of it, my lady?
I think it has quite a nice citrus smell. It's quite sweet, but it also has the aftertone that makes it feel like it's going to taste a lot better.
Yes, and that does bring us to the...
Well, I'm definitely noting a little bit of caramel in the background there, yeah.
That's what I described as the biscuity note.
Yeah.
Oh, caramel biscuits. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about chocolate biscuits. It's just, it's a childhood thing.
I was going to say ginger nut.
See,
Ginger nut.
honestly, I did taste a bit of ginger in it. With the citrus tones, I got that ginger note afterwards.
So it wasn't blonde after all.
No, ginger.
Strawberry blonde, which is
Did the
otherwise
curtains match the
known as
carpet?
ginger occasionally.
I like
Yes.
that website, yeah. So,
All right, so time for the most important part of the review, the taste test.
Yes.
So cheers to you all.
salute.
For jumping on as well. Yes, here's looking up the old address.
Indeed. Or the tutu as it may be.
Cheers, thank you.
Oops, I seem to have stained my glass with my gutter snipe fingers.
That's quite a nice taste.
It's quite crisp and refreshing, with a noticeably bitter finish.
It's also got that that acerbic kind of acidity that comes from the carbonation. You can definitely tell
Yeah.
the carbonation. It's giving me that saliva reaction.
Yeah.
Which is really good if it pairs with food.
It's quite a smooth drink though. Like you enjoy it, and then it does give you that same feeling.
Yeah. That's the thing that we often note about, speaking of red lipstick, we often note about the Wychwood beers is that they often pair very well with foods because they will have either a sweet aftertone to them or they'll have that saliva reaction like wine does. Yeah, I'm finding it quite impressive.
I'm very impressed with this.
Yes, well, as you noted, Benelzebub, the slightly salty caramel taste to it. It does remind me of the old lovely sweet caramel butters. Yes,
Caramel butters.
it's very similar.
I think she joined the burlesque show.
Well, that was
The one
after-
I knew did.
That was after she slid down the socio-economic scale after quitting the porn industry, but nonetheless.
So it would be fair to say that in terms of its drinkability, it's pretty high.
I would say that very drinkable, very sessionable, considering that we are actually a bit covered by cloud at the moment. But if the sun was beating down on us right now, this would just have evaporated. It would have gone down the
Oh,
throat.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very-
definitely an ideal beer for the Aussie summer.
I could definitely see this beer served on a summer's afternoon, quite chilled in an esky, near frozen. That real refreshing taste that quenches your thirst.
I'm in agreement with you.
Yes.
Yes.
It certainly has that sort of snap about it where you could really pour it over your face and the makeup would just go running everywhere, basically.
Yes.
A lovely aspect to this fine ale.
Yes.
You're reminding me of caramel butters again.
Caramel butters.
Well, yes, Misty Canyons, they were quite good.
Now, one downside to this brew, I would have to say, would be the price point. $67 for a case of 8.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredibly expensive.
Is that when it's shipped to Brisbane?
I didn't even include the
Okay.
freight, so that's just the
So that's
retail
just
price.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So these Wychwood beers, folks, they ain't cheap.
No. But they are.
But they are
well
extraordinarily
and truly
good
above
beers.
What we got
Yeah.
get here.
Oh, absolutely.
What's
I
that?
haven't tasted anything like this
Oh,
on
it's
the market.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. You know, they're very.
It's a very boutique beer, but
Yeah.
What was the price again?
$67 for a case of 8.
Well, I dare say
So
I
it's
might be
about
doing a
$8
bit
a
of
bottle.
pickpocketing in the near future to afford this lovely beverage.
it's up there though with the boutique ciders. And I think it would definitely match it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're looking at, if you were considering on $67 for 8, how many litres is that, excuse me? Well, they're 500 mils, aren't they?
That's
Yes.
4 litres.
Yes.
4 litres. 4 litres for $67. I think you're looking at wine prices.
Definitely.
Yeah, and for the quality of this is about a comparable quality of wine for the similar price. It's just that us in Australia, we have a mindset of what we expect beer to
taste like.
to taste like and to price at. And when you find something that's of this quality, it takes you back a bit when you look at the hip pocket effect, you know. But when you drink it, you're going, okay, well, yeah. I think more people, it's also a supply and demand thing. If more people tuned into these beers and more people demanded them and are more highly available, the price would indeed drop.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I've quite enjoyed this, and I think I'll actually take this beer back to my Sprite and show the other fairies just what they're missing.
That would be a great idea, because I think that kind of needs to be expanded upon. What happens is that us here in Australia, we have a certain expectation about what beer quality is and what price that we deem that at. But when you're looking at something of this quality, it really has that kind of price point. Now, what needs to happen is more people need to purchase
Tune
this,
into this.
tune into it, purchase it, and make it that way that they'll be more available and the price will drop
But
eventually.
I think it's also, you need to appreciate the taste of beer, not drink it to get drunk, but actually appreciate the beer for itself and enjoy your tasting and just
A wise sprite you are.
relax with one.
So true. Drunkenness is
Beer isn't
sloppiness
just
in my
to get drunk,
profession.
beer is to enjoy.
Well said, Dr. Thirsty.
Yes. So-
Anyway, I think we should look at wrapping this up. I think we've almost exceeded the 20-minute mark here. So, but of course we can edit this, folks. So, yeah. All right. So, yes, we should start thinking about a score out of 10. Perhaps at this point we should have one last gulp and, have a little bit of think about that.
Gulpability, indeed.
Yes.
How about a cheers?
Cheers.
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 Fast.
Cross.
Oh.
I'm noting when I have a big gulp, there's like a saltiness to it as well as that sour, and I think it goes really well. I think,
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you.
yeah,
Something I haven't tasted before.
it's kind of common in certain boutique European beers.
It's certainly different to most beers on the market here.
Yeah, well, a lot of those UK and European beers are designed to enjoy, but also enjoy with food. Whereas Australian beer is just meant to enjoy with footy.
You've touched on that a few times, but what food would you enjoy with this beer?
Prawns.
I would have to agree.
I would definitely agree seafood. But I also think
seafood,
a nice
yeah.
light chicken meal.
Yes.
Whether it be a chicken salad or a grilled chicken barbecue,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think this would match really well with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something light, whether you go your prawns and your scallops,
Yeah.
and
A little bit of salad with
or
it.
sort of a light tasting fish,
Yeah.
or you go your grilled chicken.
A
and
little bit of
salad.
lemon juice, something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
Bit of-
nasal.
Yeah.
Definitely Mediterranean flavours.
Well, I was
Olives,
I
yes.
was
Yeah.
just going to add to that, my dear Sprite. Yes, it would go with something in a salady sort of combination. Lettuce, aphids, lacebugs, even caterpillars.
Oh, caterpillars are my favourite.
Yes.
Depending upon whether or not you're eating paleo at the time.
Depending on the availability as well. I mean,
Yes.
it is in season after all. You have
Very
to.
true. Well, they're always in season.
Oh,
As far as
paleo
lace-
season.
Depends on
Okay.
Aphids, lacebugs and caterpillars, they're always available.
Depends on which Sprite you live in.
Exactly.
All right, folks. So a score out of 10.
Okay, I'm going to give it like I'm going to go 8.7. The only reason that I'm doing that is because it really reminds me of another Wychwood beer with that kind of caramel aftertaste and the saltiness to it, which I can't put my finger on at the moment, but we did that a couple of...
Scarecrow.
Yes. Yes, it reminds me of Scarecrow. So, and I remember Scarecrow being exemplary. So I'm thinking maybe I've got it out of context. Maybe we should have had this colder and we should have had more sun beating down on us. But I'm going 8.7.
Yeah. All right. I'd probably just say a solid 8 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, where do I stand on this particular ale? Yes, somewhere between 8 and 8.7 pretty much. So I'll say 8.35 for the benefit of the audience.
And I think I've never had a Wychwood brewery. This is my first time out of the Sprite.
You never had
To try
Hobgoblin?
No.
Wow.
We need to give
This
you
is-
Hobgoblin.
This is the first.
Wow.
And I love beer.
You should
Okay,
share
well,
a Hobgoblin with
every
me
Sprite
someday.
does.
Yes.
I would really rate it probably a 9.
A 9.
Really
Wow.
enjoyed the taste, the aftertaste, the way that it goes down. And especially the head, when you do pour it, it does give good head.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to have good head.
Yeah.
It's
So
just that's
important.
just so
And I would
important.
recommend it to anyone that can actually get their hands on it. Give it a go.
I would
not?
I would recommend it to anyone who could get their hands on.
Yeah.
Couldn't have put it
You may
better.
find it a bit of a challenge, folks, to get your hands on this. But
Oh, I thought you were talking
yeah.
about I'm sorry.
But yes, if you do see it, give it a go.
Well, it is-
Okay.
It's always hard to touch
I have
the
to
head
admit, this
because
has
it's
been
foam.
the best beer I've tried in a very long time.
Wow,
You're more
that's
than
very
welcome to
high
be
praise.
This actually compares with the beer I had in Munich when I
Wow,
was
Awesome.
there.
that's some
Would you
very
like
high
us to
praise
8
there.
years ago, this is the best since then.
Wow.
Would you like us to summon you for more beer reviews then?
Definitely.
We shall.
This water
Okay.
Sprite. Go for
Yes.
your boutique beers.
Yeah.
Stop buying your
Yeah.
general run-of-the-mill 6-packs. You know what?
Yeah.
Search out those. better
Yes,
tasting
free yourself
beers.
from the red can, green can, blue can reality, folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take the advice of Definity Sprite. She knows where it's at.
Yes.
And more the
Enjoy
point,
beer.
more the point, consider yourself very lucky if you can get your hands on the head.
And get head as well.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a bit of head.
Everyone loves a bit of head. We got. There should be more of that in the world.
All right. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us, folks, and hopefully we shall return soon with another review for you all.
Thank you all.
It's been a pleasure.
Proust.
Crossed.
Fare thee well, all.